said a whole lot of penalties for no. Be quiet. Okay.
Okay, we are back for our Moto2 race as Heinz steps all over the microphone. Thanks for that.
Sorry, I was trying to talk to you guys. I thought it was important. Clearly, it wasn't.
Nah, it sounds like post-race shit. We're off here for Moto2, though. 7 laps. This should be a banger. Great start from Nightcrawler and 2-Plane. They get out front. Jixray's up to 3rd. One hand is moving back in the pack. A lot of contact. 4 riders in.
That was an Ital Trans.
3 riders.
4 bikes down. We got a red flag.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
I think I'd like to see it back after the race from some other perspectives, but I definitely know that these guys need to be careful into turn 1. There's a lot of bikes getting there at the same time.
I'm going to go talk shit and party chat. I'll be right back.
We're launching it. Let's roll. They don't need to do their setups or anything, Nick. We can just roll again.
Yep. Heinz, get back here. Heinz, get back. Heinz.
All right. Back with Moto2 once again.
It's like talking to my dog when trying to corral him. It really is.
I think I'd prefer it if he woofed at this point. You got a growl or something for me, Heinz?
I'm sorry, I'm back. What?
Hi. Hey, buddy.
Here we go.
What?
Restart. Moto2 is off and underway. Another great start at the front from both Nightcrawl. 2-Plane. Jixray's up in 3rd once again. We got a tight pack, though.
We got grass. We got
6 guys wide in the turn 1 there. Okay.
Hold the line,
keep it
boys.
cleaner.
Hold the line.
Woo! No red flag.
That's Jix buff on Jix Rage. Hate crime.
Oh
okay.
God, that was.
Oh my. That's a forward bike in the back
That's
there.
it. That's right. Hey, I saw 4 or 5 bikes go down in the back. That's a red flag.
That's turn 3. Is that a red flag?
I don't know.
I don't think that's a red flag per the rules.
I think I said for this race up until turn 3 because it's so tight.
All right. This is the last one. Jump in party chat. Tell them this one flies. Whatever happens, so you better put yourself in a safe position. We got drunk Heinz talking to the racers in party chat. It's great.
All right, and we just ended the GP sprint. First attempt here. We'll nail this. I know it. First try. We got this.
Oh, I'm sure we will. This one's do or die. Watch. This is going to be the worst.
This one's for YouTube.
They're all going on YouTube.
Moto2 is live. Another great start for Nightcrawl. Jumps out front. 2-Plane still with him. Jixray's has another great launch as well.
Oh my God,
neck and neck.
This can only go poorly. Oh, how about a spoke?
Yeah, we're seeing multiple bikes wide.
Is that D Veritech giving a little push there? It was, yeah.
Oh, okay. Jixray's with crash. But
Rage
only Jixray's.
Oh,
there goes Iron Joe.
Stock Hazard came in. He could not correct very quickly there.
Did he come in like a wrecking ball?
Yeah, well, so the Iron Joe was essentially parked. I saw 2 go down from the back. It could have been 3, but I for sure 2.
Do we need to issue a warning here for Stock? I mean, I didn't see it on the main camera.
No. So Stock Hazard was on his line. Iron Joe had slowed down, either made contact with the crash bike, and was trying to get moving again, but was on the race line. And Stock Hazard could not react quick enough, in my just eyes on opinion.
Now, unfortunately, we've lost Jixray's. Took a black flag there, parking it after the crash.
No good. It's no good.
Alright, I'll be back. I'm going to go chat with them.
Okay.
I'm sure that'll go well. Back to the action. Fast Raj in a pretty tight battle here with Jixbuff. They're trying to catch the back of 2-Plane. They're definitely in reaching distance to catch the draft. 2-Plane one-handed are pretty tight, but there's a gap at the front. You know, almost a second gap on the first lap here.
Kind of spacing out a little bit overall. Just
yeah, I think
doing their own thing.
I think in Moto2 that's going to happen if these guys continue to bunch up and hit each other in turns 1, 2, and 3. And unfortunately, we got a couple of crashes, and it's quick to recover in this game. But
Good pass by Jixbuff, but being contested.
Fantastic. You know, I'm really surprised that we're seeing our points leader, Phobia, back in 6th place right now. He's not really closing the gap either.
All this for Phobia?
Yeah, it's an interesting one to keep an eye on him this race because there's a lot of points on the line with Nightcrawler way up front.
You know, I think he was thinking ahead. I jumped into the lobby and I said, hey, you know, look, if there's an issue with the latency, if he's teleporting, you know, really far distances, like, let us know, right? And I think his thought process was, there can't be a latency issue if I'm 6 seconds ahead of everybody. So that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, he's certainly got Nightcrawler's definitely got the pace to get out there and run with it.
I mean, one-handed is not very far away from him. That's got to be, what, 5/10?
Well,
7?
Good news, you have that data available for you.
Yeah, I keep it turned off. Trying to provide different camera angles and stuff without as much stuff on the screen, so...
These guys are all pretty much spread out, except for this this battle here with Jixbuff, Phobia, and Fast Raj.
Stock Hazard is getting squadding a little bit there, huh?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I wonder if that's his riding style or if that's a latency thing at this point.
Knowing Milestone, he probably selected anything but that.
I don't know. His personality and the mullet.
Fast Raj deep into turn 1. I think Stock does use the old school riding style, if I'm not mistaken.
Whispers with the crash.
At the back, yep.
You owe me a Coke, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's about to get passed by Joe here.
Cocaine?
No, Garrett. No.
Roger and Phobia. Boy, these guys
These
are getting
guys
close.
are bumping uglies for sure.
Phobia's actually put down the fastest lap 2. I'm surprised he's still back in 6th place, but he's... Oh, and Fast Raj picks up a long lap penalty.
Yeah, he cut that inside corner and touched the red.
That's going to sting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult for Phobia to get around him if Roger's using all the track and then some.
Well, you know what they say. It's Idemitsu, 1 heart, 1 penalty.
Just want to hear that.
I think they say something about it's a Honda holiday.
Is that what is
super deep?
Yeah, he was on holiday thinking about that corner.
Yeah.
Now he's got trouble from D Veritech.
Oh, D Veritech. Oh, and D Veritech says, "Get the fuck out of my way, bitch."
It's a lot of contact. That is. Oh!
I think
that's a Honda holiday.
So I'll give you my 2 cents on that really quick because
I know what
I
you're
think
gonna say. Yeah.
D Veritech didn't realize he had a long lap and was trying to go for the fucking over under, and Fast Roger was trying to get in, and it just didn't work out very well.
Yeah. They bumped, and then Raj started to slow down and get into the pit, into the long lap penalty area, and then at the same time, Veritech just threw an elbow out at him and said, "I'm here."
So this is the thing that I don't fully understand. I mean, the Moto2 lobby chats. The GP guys, they don't. They mute all their mics. They don't communicate whatsoever. So my thought would be like, if you're gonna have to take somebody goes down there. Who is that? Jixbuff in turn 1. If you're gonna go into the long lap penalty lane, you should probably say something because everybody else is listening in Moto2, right? And worst case scenario, somebody doesn't hear you, right? But all these guys are literally in a party chat, talking shit, complaining, bitching at each other, throwing fists, whatever. You know,
I'll tell you who else would be complaining right now. Stock Hazard. He's picked up a long lap penalty himself.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of earned it. I don't know what his practice looks like. He asked me for a setup, and I was like, dude, I haven't touched a Moto2 bike in 7 weeks now, at least. So, did you help him out, Cora? Because he said he was going to reach out to you.
No, he didn't reach out to me.
He would have given him screwed up settings anyway.
Yeah, nobody likes my setups. For some reason, they don't work.
That's fair. That's fair.
What's
the closest gap we got here?
Right,
the guys we're
where
looking
we're
at
right now.
Veritech and Jixbuff?
That is true.
Although one-handed is closing that down a little bit. He's at 5/10. I do wonder if one-handed's kind of playing the same game he played last week, where he just goes second place.
And
both fast Raj. Yep.
Great to see.
Yeah, I wonder if one-handed pushes this and tries to get ahead, because I know he had some supreme pace this whole week on lap times here around Mugello, both in race setting and qualifying.
And I have some information as well about these two riders on screen, Nightcrawler and One-Handed. I have heard from, I'm not going to name names, I heard from one of them, though, that the rider up front, Nightcrawler, tends to push early in the races with a higher power mode, and One-Handed is on the other side of the strategy board, saving some for the latter of the race. So
that is a very Al thing to do. It really is.
We could see this transition here for Al going to the front.
So I could speak to that too, because Nightcrawler very much did the exact same thing last year. He wanted to get out front and get away, and then manage the race as best he could from the front. So if you watch like any of the races from last year where he's close to the front, or didn't have a mistake, or somebody didn't crash him out or whatever, he bolts. He's gone. He's in power mode 3 for 2, 3, 4 laps, and then dialing it back to 1 and 2 and managing for the latter part of the race. Whereas myself and One-Handed would have a different approach, and it was pretty strong.
That was
generally
close.
Mid and late race.
Hey,
very
Garrett,
close.
Garrett,
Nightcrawler took a
Garrett,
super defensive line.
Hey, I gotcha.
Love you, buddy.
Nightcrawler on a very defensive line, and Al was not ready for that braking marker. But this is where Al's going to be able to catch up to him if he can really square this off. Oh, big mistake there mid-corner. He might be just out of the draft.
Not really the view I was looking
right
for.
around 6/10.
See, this is part of strategy too, though. To One-Handed, this looks like he's fucking it looks like Nightcrawler is parking it in the corners, because the speed entering the corner is so much slower than what One-Handed's doing, because he's using other power modes.
Yep.
And this happened to me last year at Valencia with Nightcrawler. It felt like he fucking parked it. And I don't know whether he did or not. He'll never tell, because he wanted to win the championship. # go fuck yourself. But but that's the thing. It is still a strategy. Is it a good one? I don't know. I mean, we'll see here in another lap and a half. But
I think the bigger strategy we're seeing, though, is the difference in lines. So defensive line versus the guy that's in second with the attacking mindset. The guy in the front is looking to cover the inside more often, so they have to roll a little bit slower on the entry. They don't want to blow wide through the turn and give it up for free, right? It's something to keep in mind as well.
That is a lot of Australian latency.
Yeah, I will say this is something that I feel like I taught Nightcrawler, because when I got in front last year with him, that's all I did was block the line. And even my win this year at Jerez, not my win, but my P2 finish was, those guys behind me were 5, 6 tenths a lap faster than I was.
Big mistake from Nightcrawler here on the penultimate lap. Coming up to the final corner, One-Handed is very close now after that mistake. He's definitely close enough to get within the draft, possibly make a move down into turn 1.
Well, we're waiting.
I will also say, shout out here, Phobia has managed to find himself up in the 4th place. He actually has an opportunity now, if he can catch a draft down this straightaway on 2-plane, maybe fight for a podium spot.
Nightcrawler had to go into power mode 3 there to stay ahead of One-Handed, so it's very possible here that he runs out of fuel.
I'm not sure he'd be that greedy.
I don't know. I was in a practice race with these dudes, and that's exactly what happened.
Was that 7 weeks ago when you last played Moto2?
Nope. No. I was just watching them. I came in on camera mode, and that's exactly what happened. The lobby fell apart.
Ran out of fuel. Huh?
He would have run out of fuel 100%.
I think that just speaks to him not practicing a whole lot, right? He's not really measured the fuel properly. Something that we know one-handed is certainly well aware of is his tire management, his fuel management for these races.
Man, as it felt like Nightcrawler just kind of hit the brakes mid-corner there.
Because he doesn't know what he's doing. He's Australian, for fuck's sake.
Is that what we're calling it?
Magically
Yeah,
found
sure.
the fastest lap, though. We'll throw some shade, but
Oh,
going.
no!
Oh, and
Big
they
time,
both
big
go
time, both
down.
crash.
They both go down.
Two
Is that going to be
plane.
enough to let 3 go by? 3 goes by. Phobia's up in it. 2 planes up in it. 2 planes up in first place. We got Nightcrawler in second, Phobia in third. That was a little bit of a braking issue for one-handed there. He had the speed, and his ambition outweighed his talent,
Nightcrawler's
unfortunately.
close enough to get.
Or did
gas,
his
possibly.
ambition outweigh Nightcrawler's pace?
Yeah, I think you're probably accurate.
It's a little bit of both. It's definitely on the rider behind to make a pass responsibly and clean, but yeah, it's tough to tell without seeing their onboard footage, which I'm positive we will get a look at it after this race. But
I am
as it
certain of that as
stands-
well.
as it stands, 2 plane is the one to get by and take top honors in this one.
A little bit of insider info. I don't think we're getting a protest from that one.
No?
I don't think so. What I heard when I was listening to the party was, oh, I'm sorry from one party, and the other person go, no, I'm sorry, I braked way too early for that. So
Oh, see, this is what I was getting at.
right, he was parking it in corners, and maybe not like the epitome of parking it in a corner, but when you're on that level of being so fucking fast that you're in the top 5 or top 10 of
Can we
your
pause for a moment, please, and just
Yeah,
read
go
the
ahead.
stand? Can you go ahead and read the results for me?
yeah. So
Oh, what the what?
Yeah,
Did
go
you
ahead. Go
advance
ahead,
it?
Heinz. Go ahead, Heinz. Go
okay,
ahead and read that for me.
showing Nightcrawler in first place with the fastest lap, 150.774. One-handed in second, 2 plane in third with it looks like a long lap penalty.
Hey. You fucked that up.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. I'm looking at my screen, not yours, and I'm drunk, so I'll go fuck myself. Phobia in second, one-handed in third, 2 plane with a long lap penalty in fourth, Jixbuff in fifth, Fast Raj in sixth, D-Veritech seventh, Stock Hazard, Whispers, all 3 D-Veritech, Stock Hazard, and Whispers with a long lap penalty, and Iron Joe bringing up the rear. There's no way that's right. There's no way.
There absolutely is a way if 2 plane Jane has a long lap penalty, goes back 3 seconds from his finishing position.
Oh.
That's
well,
exactly how that works.
We may get a protest from that. Yeah, if that's the case, one-handed really lost out there, and probably should have hit Nightcrawl harder. No offense, Australians, but hashtag go fuck yourself.
I think he benefited one place from it. He was in fourth and 2 plane and won that.
Yeah, but he was in second originally, so he lost out to Phobia. If you look at it realistically, and that crash didn't happen, he would have ended in second, so he still lost.
I like how
If
this.
he
I like
didn't
how
run into
Cora's
the back of another bike.
Yeah, crashing.
Well,
It does good.
Fucking park it. If that fucking other bike didn't park it
Is
in the
that
middle
pike?
of the corner.
Is it a fish?
Nightcrawl, I'm looking at you. You fucking do that a lot. You need to stop it. You need to fucking figure it out. Okay? Figure it out.
Get your shit. Put it all in a bag. Put your shit in a bag.
Yeah. I got a message from 2 Plane saying he's gonna have to verify long lap penalties. So
Oh.
I don't know if that means he attempted it and it looks good and that shouldn't be there. And if that's the case, he'll go back up to first. We'll see what happens, guys, and we'll let you know next week.
Yeah.
Roll the tape.